My name is Colin McCabe. I'm the director of platform at a company known as TouchTunes. Has anyone heard of TouchTunes before? Okay, this is good. This is good. We are the largest in-venue interactive music digital entertainment network. What does that mean? For those who don't know what TouchTunes is all about, I'm just going to show a quick video, and then I'll kind of go over what we're going to talk about today. Let's see if I can do this easily. There we go. Okay. I'll do a little voiceover here too. So we are not your grandfather's jukebox. We're able to change things up a lot because we're a cloud-based jukebox company. As you can see, a few things that are coming up on screen really quickly. We have a desktop. Let's see, let's come down here a little bit. We have a mobile app that basically can control the jukebox, and we have this jukebox that's able to connect to the cloud, all powered for remote setup, as well as have other different experiences. Really, what I flashed in front of you very quickly, I didn't want to get into it because I want to get into the demo, is really a real big objective that we have. We want people in venue to have a good time and to have an amazing experience. So for the folks in here that have used a TouchTunes jukebox, or perhaps you've used one of our devices and didn't know it was TouchTunes, we are everywhere. We're in 60,000 locations across the United States. So that's actually more locations than McDonald's and Starbucks. So we're definitely, again, not your grandfather's jukebox by any means, because all this is basically a network of computers. These are all connected to the web, and we're able to treat these almost like devices. So we want to update the software, we want to update the licensed music, because obviously we're talking a lot about doing things legally. TouchTunes has been around for 15 years, so we have a tremendous amount of relationships with the record companies to actually have this in-venue licensing. So what I'm going to talk about today is just three things, and then I'm going to give you a quick demo. First and foremost, I want to talk about what you see up here is our jukebox. This is a smart jukebox. It actually, on the fly, learns based on the behavior of the venue, and the UI changes accordingly. So if everyone's playing a lot of country music, obviously, that'll manifest to the front. And if you're at like a bar that's punk rock, that'll change. So as we want to have a closer relationship with the patrons, we want to make sure we're relevant. So that's one big thing about the jukebox. Secondly, we have things like a photo booth. So in the age of selfies and whatnot, we actually have a camera right on the jukebox, so we can take a picture of you and your friends and actually share that on Facebook and Twitter and whatnot. And we also have a karaoke solution, so you can have a fully licensed karaoke solution right then and there for venues. So obviously, we're really excited about being here because though we've been doing this for a while, this is the first time we're innovating in a big way, and we want to get real feedback from the startup community and also see the ways that we can integrate. Because the last thing I'm going to talk about is our API platform and how we opened it. But I want to get into the good stuff. So let me show you our app and how it works. So what's really groundbreaking, right, is that we had all this great functionality and data inside our jukebox. What was a real need was to be relevant and really take all that functionality out, take all that data out, and put it in the user's hands. So we've created an iOS and Android app, and you can see this is all the controls that you normally would get on the jukebox, but you can do this from your bar stool. So you can actually sit back, nobody will know, you're in the bar. I mean, how many folks here have the TouchTunes app or even knew that we had an app? So everyone please search TouchTunes in any app store and download it, because let's just say if we looked at a map, and I'm curious if you knew how many locations are around New York City, but it's quite a bit. Each one of these blue pins, you can be the DJ tonight. You can download our app and go into any of these venues, check in, just like you would on Foursquare, but think of us as like the Foursquare of music in a way. And with that check-in, you would have the ability to be the DJ. So let's go to, all right, anyone know any of these bars? Fourth Down, Isle of Skye, Metropolitan, any recommendations here? All right, we'll go to Fourth Down. So what I wanted to talk about here is all this is powered from the cloud. So the same things that's in our jukebox is here. So let's say you go, but actually, let's say I'm out on the street. I don't want to go in yet because I want to see what kind of songs have already been played in there. So I'm like, oh, they're playing some Led Zeppelin, they're playing some Muse. You know what? This is not the normal, like they're playing Bon Jovi and Journey. I'm going to go check out Fourth Down because it seems like my kind of style. So here we're giving information in the user's hand outside the venue to help make them decisions. On top of this, you have a TouchTunes account. So you'd actually be able to see who's here. So hey, there's Bitsy. She's great.
I just mentioned.
Oh, well. so let's go. Oh, look at that. So let's see what type of achievements you have. I see you're a social drinker. You're a rising star and a night howler. That's a hard badge to get, just so you know. So as you can see, we have this social graph as well because, again, one of our big objectives is really be that conduit and be that social connection between people, and also have fun and really enable different users. So again, we have a huge selection of music. And so you can browse, obviously, see the top plays. Tom Jones, always off the hook. Beyonce. But just a question to you guys. We obviously know the play data of 60,000 locations in real time. What do you think the most popular genre we have?
Hip hop.
Not hip hop. Country it is. And so country is a very important thing. It really works with the jukebox world. We have about 500 jukeboxes here in New York City, but it really changes up different cities. So definitely information that's valued to us. But let's say I want to play a song here. Let's say I want to play, the Smashing Pumpkins, because, it's one of those. Actually, I'll play Swan, their latest iteration. And then, and so now we're at the final, oh, don't worry about it. You don't have to worry about it.
Okay.
I'm about done. We have two big pieces of functionality here. You can play the song and get in the queue, but this play next button, that's gold because you can skip the entire queue and your song plays next. So I recommend everyone download the app, go to a bar, and put on Kenny G and hit play next and see everyone's face. I'm kidding. Please don't do that. Not that I ever did that. Okay. Okay, but so for the mobile app, it really is about taking all the pieces out of the jukebox, reconstructing it into a user experience. So my job is the director of the API platform. So I believe everything that powers this app can be regurgitated, put together, and remixed in different ways. So this year is a big year for TouchTunes, and that's why I'm here. We're opening our entire platform. So what that means is 60,000 bars, you can access our API today and find out what's playing in what city, anywhere. So for example, I'm going to bring up very quickly here. Oh, thank you. Okay, we're coming back over here. Okay, great. And we're coming out of here, switching around. Okay, we're back. Okay, so just a quick plug. If you're interested in our API, definitely check out our developer portal, developer.touchtunes.com. And we're out now. Here we go. Okay, so this is a website, which is basically a demonstration. We want to show that the same data that was powering our app, right? We saw before. We saw the recent play information. We saw, the location data. we created a hack that basically you search El Paso for this instance. We went 8.5 Lounge. Live, without being there, you can see what the previous song was, what's now playing in the next song. But we didn't stop there. We wanted you to be able to listen along. So by using one of our favorite APIs, Bop FM, actually guarantees that you'll hear that song with no commercial, and so you can listen along. It'll look through what you have, and in this case I had Spotify, and it'll actually play that song. So in true demo fashion, I'd like to go to Williamsburg here. So I've pulled up actually Greenpoint. Oh, just kidding. Okay, here we go. All right, so as you can see here, these are TouchTunes locations around where we are right now. And live data, I can click on any one of these. I see that Rolling Stones' Beast of Burden is playing right now. And where is that playing? At Palace Cafe. And so I'm like, you know what? I love the Palace Cafe, but I'm too lazy. I don't want to go there tonight to listen to the music. You know, why don't we just hit listen now? And so we pull up that song either on Spotify, on RDO, or there we go. There we go. So you basically have what we call a jukebox radio. So this is just a way to bring value outside of the venue, and all this data is really interesting to us. So in the end, we have one of the first jukebox APIs in the market, and we really believe innovation can happen outside the walls of our boardrooms. We have public APIs today. We have now playing information. We have searching our database, and we have most popular songs. So we're really interested to see what playlist generators can come out of this. We can imagine a Spotify app. We can imagine any app that really takes advantage of that. And we're really excited to get to a point where we're going to feature different apps on our gallery. So look forward to seeing us at hackathons in the near future. And one of the things, as a quick teaser, is we really want to innovate on the jukebox itself. And so if anyone has any interesting thoughts there of what apps they'd like to see on the jukebox, that's something we'd like to see. So definitely email me. And I leave you with, download the app, definitely, and if you're interested in that API, where we're managing that community very tightly, because we really want to learn and see what your community would like to get from us, and actually change what bars and nightlife are. We don't want to be your grandfather's jukebox. We really want to bring innovation there. So thanks a lot. Yes. Now I'll go in front of everyone. Feels funny talking in front of everyone's head. Now in the front. Any questions? Yes.
So you guys said a recommendation of the next song to play. What's your recommendation engine built on?
So we have a proprietary recommendation engine that was based, I'd say on, our jukebox play data, but now with the advent of smartphones and looking at everyone's social graph, it's we realized I don't think we're at parity, with a lot of those recommendation engines. We released an API so you can access the recommendation and have a look, but we really look by segment, by genre, and recommend based on that. The level at which we can actually interface with other APIs like Echo Nest and folks like that, we're excited to see what possibilities can come out of that. But what would be even more interesting is using our data, right, to create a new recommendation engine. I could probably recommend you a song if you gave me a zip code. I'd say most people in this zip code, play country music. So there's some innovations there that we'd like to see developers come up with. Yeah.
So that implies your API has geocode.
Yes, absolutely. So think about. I always think about Foursquare. Every time you check in, you're checking in at a venue. I look at every time someone hits play on the jukebox as a check-in, right? And you're not playing a song at home. You're not playing on your iPod on the subway. You're actually in a venue, and everyone is listening to it on the PA. So it's a very powerful moment to control that. So we have lat long for every song. So with that information, you can do some interesting things with. And then we have, and this is again a private API, we don't have all this, but we have 15 years of data of this. So you can imagine the patterns that you'd see around when it's closing time at a bar, what kind of music's played then? As opposed to, oh, I don't know, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Where do they play on the south side of the tracks? Where do they play at that really expensive bar? You know, these are all behavioral data that we realize it's a treasure trove for developers. So we're really excited to kind of get it out and see what people can do with it. Yes.
So you just talked about how, you know, at the, an expensive bar, you know, they play more of this person or one. Have you thought about using that data, or, to connect brands or?
Yes, yes, and no, Abba, we thought a lot about it, and we said, nah, no, I'm kidding. No, the opportunity is so ripe for that, especially, I mean, looking at the innovations that were here tonight, is pairing that venue, that experience, with the music and really being able to focus it. We are basically a billboard in 60,000 locations. If we get a mood index, the type of music there, it's very easy to pair a brand into that venue. If a call to action could be, buy a drink, and these are things that we're really excited about, and we're just getting started. I mean, imagine, in a way, we've been doing this so long, we really haven't viewed us more than a jukebox. But, now that we're taking this pivot and really thinking about what value can we do besides just music, all of a sudden we're like, wow, we can do this advertising. We can do a photo booth. We can do karaoke. We can do Angry Birds on a jukebox. Anyone? No? Okay. I was trying to pitch that. But I'm just saying, it's. I look at these as computers, and you can do anything on them. And since we have this infrastructure already there, and it's all cloud-based, I think the business models you lay on top of that are endless. Yes, sir.
So is there a B2B aspect to it? Meaning, is it done for users of venues that only have like jukeboxes for the people that come and drink, or can the venue take over and use their own computer, or like take over the software? Like, okay, now we're curating, we're deciding, but this is like a centralized platform, so there's royalties, they're reporting what they're playing as opposed to disconnect.
Right. I mean, there's a bar around the corner for me that just, fires up Spotify from their iPhone, and that's the music. But, again, if you're talking legal in venue, you need to work through all the licenses, and you need to have that data, for advertising and the whole machinery that is the music industry to be legitimate. So we put in all that effort. We want, though, to enable the bartenders. We want to enable that. We work with the operators that actually deploy all the jukeboxes. These are the same people that put in, the cigarette machines in the 80s. These people are all bringing those things around. We want to work in the relevant way that the industry already is. I'm not going into, a bar saying, I have a jukebox here. We want to work, we have a B2B model, but we're also a B2C in that we have a direct connection through the app. So we're trying to keep bartenders happy and the consumers happy, give bartenders control, give consumers control. So as we learn what type of control they want, we'll expose those through APIs to give that and build some neat apps.
So you're opening that.
Yes, we have 6 APIs now playing information for any jukebox, 60,000 jukeboxes. Search music, most popular playlist, song recommendations, and then lat longs for wherever a TouchTunes mobile-enabled location is. So, the ultimate app that when I go to hackathons, people are like, I just want to walk into a bar and they play my favorite song. It's like, please, just how can that happen? And finally, I'm like, listen, we are the missing link. We are the only API that connects to the PA system. And so, innovate with our stuff, and people can actually, pull up in their Uber, and the Uber API says, hit start on the jukebox, and then boom, you got We Are the Champions playing.
Like Geofence stations and that kind of stuff, right?
Well, it's just the venue location is what we have, and and we can see densities. We can carve out like a geofence and have the most popular genre in this geofence. And why is that? Maybe it's a different type of population in Chicago, in El Paso, in Key West, in San Jose. All these different places have jukeboxes.
But it's all data, the monetization.
What's that?
The monetization of your product is all like database?
It's no, you're paying to play a song, but we are looking for partners that are interested in more. And so if someone was like, hey, we want that, amazing data you have, and this is what we can do with it, that's what we're looking for. We're looking for developers to really innovate. We're looking for big brands that want to do something interesting. And then we see startups that really can use this data to help their business, because this is the ecosystem we're trying to create. Yeah.
So I'm confused about one thing. In the club, in the venues, there's jukeboxes, TouchTunes, physical jukeboxes.
Yep.
Which you put money in and you play a song.
You got it.
They're an old jukebox. So if you're generating a play from the iPhone app and you're in the venue,
Yep.
you still have to go up to the jukebox to put the money in. How does you still have to pay?
That's the magic. You don't have to go to the jukebox at all. And so from the iPhone app, maybe I missed that point, you can take your credit card right then and there. So, what I like to do, I live in Prospect Heights. I walk by the burrito bar and kitchen. And, as I walk past, I just I'll put on a couple songs as I'm walking down the sidewalk, just to hear them for a second. No one knows what's going on, to them. It's just, someone put on a song. But it changes the whole dynamic where you get this level of control, but also you get a level of awareness, because with the same app, I can find out what's playing as I walk around town. I'll be like, no, avoid that. It's all like Katy Perry, Dark Horse.
Okay, so go back a second. If I'm in the venue and I pick the songs that I'm waiting to play, and somebody else on the map is able to put a song in that plays next, I'm going to be, and let's say a bunch of people do that, I'll be pissed off because I'll never hear my song.
And that is totally true. And, that's why we have an app called Battle. No, an app called Dance Off. No, I'm kidding. We don't have that yet. But no, that's a great point. And I think one of the things we're learning from the users is people want to know where they are in the queue, and also they want to be notified. I'm next. Is there an open DJ spot? Turntables.fm. You guys remember that? We're like the real life Turntables.fm. Except I'm not a gorilla, Yeah, maybe I am.
Is this someone who I think was asked before, who is in charge of the playlist at the end of the day?
So the bartender can, take over. They have a skip button, the ultimate power of the bar. If Christmas music comes on around July 4th, that skip button's coming out. But no, I'll take a step back, and I'm answering this wrong. There can be a certain playlist that's curated by the venue. And so the songs they do not want to appear, let's say it's bad lyrics and things like that, they'll make sure that doesn't even get sold. So with that, you have power, and you also have, you keep consumers happy. Yeah. And so, no.
Is there someone monitoring, the bartender monitoring the list?
Which is an option, yeah. I mean, you can.
Like a 20-minute long version of a song, a Geofence song.
Okay.
The bartender decided they didn't want to play that, and so they cut it off. So I mean, that's fair. I get it. No one else wanted to hear it but me.
Right.
So I get that. But I guess it's always balance.
But it's interesting because there's a natural dynamic going on, and if you knew. I'm asking, all right, I'm pushing something within the company. Would you pay $5 to skip someone's song if you just hated it?
No.
$4? But I'm just saying, we're not just selling music anymore. We're selling control. So it's interesting to hear the dynamic. Yeah, if someone skips my song, if maybe the bar votes that decision down. I mean, it's about the experience. Yeah.
I mean, just to feed off of that, you could go on the other end. As opposed to stopping somebody from playing someone's song, you could be selling to bands, and they can play, if they're playing in an area, just sort of carpet the entire, bomb the entire area. Can you just do that remotely? Could I carpet bomb?
Let's just say the functionality and capability is there. I can go into the control room and hit a button and probably get a microphone and speak through 60,000 jukeboxes and say hi. I mean, maybe not completely true, but no, we have the controls to do interesting things like that. We have that remote. We have a webcam on there. I mean, there's really interesting models that we can look at that. But we talk a lot about how do you promote? Yeah, a local act is going to be in El Paso. let's give some free songs on those jukeboxes to kind of promote that band before they even get there. You know, everyone's talking about it. So there's a lot of interesting models, and we've realized we're never going to do anything interesting unless we open our platform and we get ideas coming in and we get mashups to happen. So we're really excited about that, and we're looking forward to seeing what comes out. So please download the app, and please go to developer.touchtunes.com, Beekman33 on Twitter, and I think, shall we wrap it up?
Yes.
We're wrapping it up. All right, thanks guys. Bye-bye. Thanks so much. Yeah, thanks.
All right, that's it. If you have any quick announcements, just shout it out. Anyone need to get something off their mind real quick? All right, well, feel free to use the comments section on the meetup page. Everyone who's RSVP'd will, only those people will get it. And yeah, definitely use that to keep your conversations going. If you have any more questions, definitely find your presenters. Thank you, presenters. Thank you, Knitting Factory, and Keith behind the sound, and Jason, who made the fantastic sandwiches. And yeah, our next event is next month at Local 61. It's the smaller event, which is a lot more fun and intimate. So, okay, thank you.